Day, and this is a special day for those amongst us who are deaf. The month of September is dedicated to these awesome members of our community, and that's the reason why I'm joined by my sign language interpreter tonight, Teresia Washira. Teresia, karibu sana. All right, so how do you interpret my name, Frederick? They use this, ladies and gentlemen, they use this. All right. Why Frederick? Why did you choose this?
Because of your black spots.
All right. I'm being told is my physical attribute. That is the spot that I have. All right. Finger spell the name Frederick. F. R. E like a cheetah. D. R. I can't repeat this. I. C. Ooh, is it this way or K? Frederick. Thank you very much. All right, you can catch up as on Zuku, Azam Signet. Also, you can download our app. That is Switch TV app. Also, you can talk to us on 229999, and these are the highlights. Kenya is on its way to flattening the COVID-19 curve. Third Way Alliance party leader Ekuru Aukot has been restricted from accessing the party offices. And Kenya National Congress Party calls for a referendum to include the post of a prime minister. All right, and welcome to the bulletin. Like I told you, my name is Frederick Mwitiriri. The COVID-19 curve for a second day running is flattening, with fewer cases being reported. However, the Ministry of Health has today warned that infected COVID-19 smokers who are asymptomatic could be a source of the spread of coronavirus infection. Joel Chacha with more details.
Coronavirus cases have been dropping significantly since last month, and all President Uhuru Kenyatta attributed to the strict measures employed by his administration. Speaking during the daily COVID-19 briefing today, the Chief Administrative Secretary of Health, Rashid Aman, warned that there is no safe level of tobacco exposure and increases the severity of respiratory diseases such as coronavirus.
These alternate forms of tobacco use and nicotine replacement therapy, largely targeting the youth, have been deceptively promoted as reduced harm products and or products to help people quit conventional tobacco smoking. These products expose users to toxic cancer-causing emissions, and currently there is insufficient and persuasive evidence to suggest that they are less harmful than conventional cigarettes.
The spread of COVID-19 by smokers is mainly through product handling, frequent spitting and sharing of paraphernalia, such as mouthpieces and hoses. Inasmuch as the government has provided designated smoking zones in various parts of towns, Aman says the implementation of the regulations remain a challenge.
We urge those who use tobacco in any form, whether cigarettes, water pipes, biddies, cigars, or heated tobacco products, to place their health first and quit the habit. The ministry operates a quit tobacco use service accessible by calling the toll-free Quit Tobacco 1192 line.
Kenya has today recorded 114 COVID-19 positive cases in the past 24 hours from a sample size of 1,682, bringing the national total case load to 34,315. 263 COVID-19 patients who were under the home-based care treatment have been cleared of the virus, while another 55 have been discharged from hospitals, raising the total number of recoveries in the country to 20,211. Joel Chacha, Switch TV, Nairobi.
Simba. Joel Chacha. Kenya has become the 13th country in the world to open her maritime borders to the world after 3 months of partial lockdown. Kenya becomes the second country in Africa after Djibouti to open her shores to shipment, as David Kagina is reporting.
11 sailors have been tested and confirmed to be negative of COVID-19 after being put in quarantine in a Mombasa hotel for 2 weeks. They will now be part of a Spanish fisheries research ship crew, and according to the CEO of Mombasa Ocean Agency, the 11 are an example of more jobs to come.
Kuangalia kwamba tunavyofanya crew change, pia tunaangalia mikakati yote iliyowekwa kuhakikisha kwamba guidelines zote na protocols tumefuata vizuri ili tuwe na healthy vessels.
The company is in collaboration with many international companies and is hopeful to create more than 200 jobs for Kenyans going forward.
Hizi meli za uvuvi zinatoka Spain, zinatoka not Spain, zinatoka Seychelles, zina flag ya Spain, zinakuja kuwachukua wavuvi 11. Alafu na kuna 8 pia wanashuka foreigner, wanaelekea nyumbani kesho.
Port Inspector Betty McKenna says the reopening of shore is a big deal for Kenya, which is the second country in Africa after Djibouti to open her shore to equipments. David Kagina, Switch TV.
Now to matters politics. Suspended Third Way Alliance party leader Ekuru Aukot has been restricted from accessing the party offices. The political party's dispute tribunal gave an order today barring Aukot, his servant, agents or employees from accessing or entering the party's offices pending the hearing and determination of his application and suit. A section of Third Way Alliance National Executive Committee suspended Aukot on August 26th following a meeting held at the party's headquarters. All right, the Kenya National Congress Party has become the latest party to call for a referendum for constitutional changes to include the post of the Prime Minister and their deputies.
Speaking during a presser to welcome the new members to KNC from the ODM Party, the party chairperson Mason Oyongo says that if only the government could deal with the corruption issues properly, Kenyans will not worry about referendum.
So if we stop corruption, the amount to pay the Prime Minister, the amount to pay the Deputy Prime Minister is so little. Like now, I don't support this system where cabinet secretaries are not politicians because they work under very bad environment. But if a politician is made a minister and is dismissed, he goes back to Parliament. He has a seat. But if somebody is made a CS today and is dismissed, where does he go? He goes home. So they work under fear, and sometimes that's why you find they are not doing correct things.
They're very much ready to ensure that Mheshimiwa Mason Oyongo has become victorious at the end of the day when the 2022 elections come. We are set as a team. We are very much ready, and we will go to grassroots level and ensure that we have actually tried to share with the Mwananchi on the manifesto so that we are able to reach each and every individual regardless of the level, age and size.
Mason Oyongo has officially announced his ambition to vie for the governor position in Kisii County.
So let's spread the government but fight corruption. All right? People will say there's no money. There's a lot of money because there's a lot of breakage in terms of money going out. So if we stop corruption, the amount to pay the Prime Minister, the amount to pay the Deputy Prime Minister is so little.
He has called upon the Kenya Tea Development Agency bosses to listen to the farmers and allow the wish of the farmers to carry the day instead of pushing their own regulation down farmers' throats.
I'm starting afresh. We're building, right? And I want everybody to come in. Even the current administration to do what? To come in. So I don't want to antagonize anybody. I want everybody to come in. That's the system we're doing. We want to have an all-inclusive government.
Wycliffe Siko, Switch TV, Kisii County.
We remain in Kisii County, where the family of an 8-year-old boy who was allegedly knocked down by a Kisii County vehicle on Monday is crying for help to have him taken to hospital for treatment. The 11-year-old boy was hit by a speeding county vehicle said to be pursuing rowdy demonstrators at the local market where the victim was selling his avocados. According to the boy's mother, her injured son is yet to be taken to hospital for lack of money to cater for his medical checkups and treatment.
Baadaye ndio watu wengine wakakuja wa mapikipiki wakasema wapi huyu mtoto tumpeleke hospitali. Tukawaambia ndio huyu, tukuita wazazi wake wampeleke hospitali. Wakasema hawana pesa.
Atuchiwesi hata. Alafu huyu mtoto sahi jana alishindwa kutembea. Alafu tukashindwa pesa ya kumpeleka hospitali.
All right, and we are going on for a short commercial break, and you can talk to me and tell me where you're watching us from. That is on 22999, 22999. You can log on our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube pages. That is at Switch TV Kenya. We'll be back in a short while. And welcome back. And some news reaching our shows is that ODM Party is indicating that this is what they have tweeted. Due to corruption charges leveled against Governor Okoth Obado and the decision by the court to bar him from accessing his office, the party, in consultation with county MCAs, has resolved to have a motion of impeachment against the governor initiated immediately and have the deputy governor take over. So ODM Party, in consultation with the county MCAs, have decided and resolved to have Governor Okoth Obado impeached immediately and the deputy governor to take over. News reaching our shows. And moving on, farmers in the agricultural rich Marioshoni area in Eastern Mau are up in arms over the deplorable roads network, which has been in poor state for years. Despite the area being an agricultural hub, the road network is in a poor state, resulting to produce rot in the farms due to lack of accessible roads. Amina Hussein with the report.
Farmers in Marioshoni area have accused the government of failing to rehabilitate a single access road in the area, claiming that food produce is now rotting in their farms due to the almost impassable road. They are urging the government to ensure the situation is salvaged, linking the losses on poor road infrastructure and diminishing prices.
Hatusikizwi, tuseme ukweli. Hii ni kama barabara ya lunch. Wakitaka pesa, wanaanza kuongea juu ya hii barabara. Kujifanya kama anatusikia. Anatengeneza kidogo na wacha.
Farmers say that during rainy seasons, they find it hard to crisscross the area with bad roads, making it impossible to transport anything.
So tunaomba serikali kabisa akuja atuangalilie kabisa, area yetu ni mbaya. Mtu hata akigonjeka hakuna pale tunapeleka sababu ni mbovu.
Their plea is to the county governor Lee Kinyanjui to fast-track the rehabilitation process and construction of accessible roads to salvage the situation. Amina Hussein, Switch TV.
Many thanks to Amina Hussein. After months of waiting, 10 dams are set to be built in Kitui County, Mwingi Sub-County. Residents are set to benefit from desilting and construction of earth dams, water ponds and sand dams. The exercise is meant to ensure that the residents get sufficient water, as Kennedy Kimani is reporting.
More than 10 earth dams across Mwingi West Sub-County that constitutes of 4 wards are set to be constructed, while others will be desilted. The area member of parliament Charles Nguna says that his plan is to ensure that no resident across his sub-county suffers water scarcity.
We are going to make sure Mwingi West in 10 years to come, if re-elected, is water sufficient in every village. No woman at all, no person in Mwingi West should tarmac 2 kilometers looking for water.
Speaking at Katuyu village in Ngutani ward, where the construction of Katuyu Earth Dam is ongoing, Nguna called upon the county government to step up and ensure that they formulate ways of ensuring Mwingi residents are water secure.
I would also like to thank the National Irrigation Board for the initiative they have taken in that area. And I'd also like to thank African Sand Dam, the collaboration of doing 50 earth dams in our constituency.
Lauding the exercise, area residents say that initiative is very noble as water is life and it will enhance their livelihoods.
Is one of the most challenged area in terms of water resources. As you can witness through the environment, you see every area is almost dry. This area, we expecting to get water from Masinga, which we never.
Ninafurahia sana kwa kuona tumeongezewa hii ndamu tambali kwa sababu tunaenda huko Kirioko ndiko tunaenda kuchota maji na ni mbali.
The project is set to help residents in a big way, more so during this COVID-19 pandemic period. Kennedy Kimani, Switch TV.
All right, we go now into international. Boeing has begun testing a new prototype ultraviolet UV wand, which has been developed with its airline customers to provide disinfection for aircraft flight decks and cabins. Boeing proposed concept in development as a means to combat the spread of COVID-19 is a mobile handheld UV disinfecting wand that can access compact spaces. A single operator can treat a flight deck in less than 15 minutes with a UV wand. The UV wand is a continuation of Boeing's work using ultraviolet disinfection in the laboratory. Boeing is also accessing persistent UV using a different wavelength that disinfects continuously for potential use in flight decks, laboratories, galleys, and cabins. All right, that is new technology. Indonesia, which has one of the highest rates of child marriage in the world, according to UNICEF, last year raised the legal age for wedlock from the age of 16 to 19 years for both sexes in a bid to tackle the problem. But there is a loophole in the system. Many are being forced into marriage by desperate families in poverty. Indonesia's family planning agency has warned the nation, already home to 270 million people, could see a huge baby boom early next year due to schools closure and dwindling access to contraception.
Saya menikah di usia 15.
I got married when I was 15 years old. At that time, I was still in the 3rd grade of junior high school. I met my husband when he visited home as a guest.
Ketemunya di mana ya? Ketemu di rumah.
Okay. I had a dream to become a successful person, but what can I say? This is who I am now.
Padahal kebutuhan di rumah masih banyak.
We have so many household needs, but we don't have money. Sometimes we don't even have enough money to buy rice. I wish I could buy my babies new clothes, but we don't have money.
Anak-anak juga mau dibelikan baju tapi tidak punya uang.
Saya kawinkan daripada anak bilang orang begini anakmu tuh.
It's better to let them getting married, otherwise people would badmouth my daughter. It had been a tradition here that you can't have sex outside marriage. I knew they had done it. That's why I asked them to marry. Had I not known it,
Tapi ini karena artinya ini kita sudah tahu, lebih saya kawinkan.
Secara budaya bisa kita lihat bahwa
it has been a tradition that if a man comes to propose to a girl in some villages, usually the girl's family accepts the proposal right away, fearing that if it was rejected, other men will hesitate to propose to the girl. In such villages, if a woman is still single of about 18 and 19 years, she is considered a spinster.
Kawin itu sudah dianggap tua gitu. Jadi ini jadi persoalan. Jadi ketika misalnya dia lulus SD, tidak ada kegiatan yang lain.
When a girl completes her elementary school and doesn't advance her education because there is no junior high school in the villages, she will end up being married to a man. For poor families in such villages, having their daughters married is a solution to reduce the economic burden. Sadly, the parents sometimes don't really care about who the grooms are.
Kadang-kadang nggak peduli siapa calonnya.
All right, I'm still in Indonesia, baby boom. And as they prepare for baby boom, let's get sporty. KCB assistant coach Dennis Mwanja is set to be named the next Kenya Sevens head coach 6 months after Paul Ferreira's departure. Switch TV sports desk sources say that Kenya Rugby Union board settled on Dennis Mwanja ahead of former coaches Paul Murunga and Innocent Namco Simiyu, as well as Nick Wackley. Mwanja won multiple Kenya Cup titles as KCB assistant coach, with his last title coming in September 2019 when he led the Bunkers to the National Sevens after Driftwood Sevens in Mombasa. Let's get some football news. Football Kenya Federation presidential aspirant Sam Nyamweya, Nicholas Musonye, Sami Sholei and Twaha Mbarak have denounced the just concluded FKF elections nominations. The four aspirants, led by former FKF President Sami Nyamweya, have maintained their stand of not participating in elections, arguing that the nominations were unconstitutional.
So we have too many options, but we want to do those options within the law. One of the things which I expected FIFA to do, or we expected FIFA to do, is to call people together. Call Nick Mwendwa, call stakeholders together so that we can sit and agree, like we did in 2011 with Hatimi, my brother Hatimi. We had a similar situation, but we sat together. And the FIFA promised, we have a letter, barua ya kusema the FIFA itakuja hapa. So what happened?
County nyingi zetu zime comply na Sports Act 2013, na sisi tunataka kufuata sheria na tunasema sheria ifuatwe na lazima uchaguzi ukue wa huru na haki. Hatuna imani na ile board ya uchaguzi ambayo iko kule Kandanda House.
We want to go on record that we are uncomfortable with the electoral process to elect new officials of the FKF. Despite the process being nullified twice with irregularities, it is unconstitutional and blatantly in violation of the basic expectations of a democratic process that is credible, free, fair, and veritable exercise.
Now, it's now 6 years since the grand opening of the Camp Toyoyo grounds in Jericho. Despite sporting action being on hold, there is a growing concern on the state of the facility. As Cedric Oronja reports, there is a high risk of Camp Toyoyo slowly fading away.
29th July 2015 is the date Camp Toyoyo grounds first came to the public light. A decent facility aimed at promoting and advancing football talent in Jericho community, Nairobi County.
DP alikuwa amesema atatengeza stadium kama sijui zilikuwa 5 ama 10 Kenya mzima, of which sijui kama hii moja ilikuwa ni one of them, I don't know, but mimi vile najua hizo ma stadium sijiziona, labda kama ziko kwa pipeline yake, kwa plan yake, hiyo ni sawa, lakini I don't know, siwezi sema ati kuna viwanja labda zilitengezwa mpya na alikuwa amesema atatengeza kadhaa, so I don't know.
Known for its executive turfed carpet and also hosting training sessions for some of the top Kenya Premier League sides, including defending champions Gor Mahia FC, hosting the National Super League matches and the Super 8 tournament, the field is slowly losing its shape. From the broken technical benches seats, ruined barbed wires surrounding the field, to the extremely dry artificial turf, one is left questioning the maintenance state of the ground.
So unapata fans mingi labda zile zilikuwa zikiingia, okay, we don't know, but inaonekana just by the looks ni kazi zilikuwa zinaenda tu kwa pocket ya mtu. Kama zingekuwa zinasaidia jo kiwanja, hii kiwanja mngeipata hivi.
The field, which has hosted more than 50 National Super League fixtures, is said to be under new leadership. This is after allegations of poor management from the past leadership, which was shown the door recently.
Nataka vitu ziwe open, vitu ziwe transparent. Unaona? We open an account that kila mtu ajue hii account ni account iko. Hakuna sio ati pesa inaenda kwa mfuko ya mtu. Tulete tu hata kama kutakuwa na till number. Tumeandika tu till number pale, unakuja tu unaangalia, tuma pesa kwa hii till. si ati pesa inaingia tu kwa mfuko yangu.
However, far from poor maintenance, the COVID-19 pandemic seems to be beneficial since the ground's busy schedule during the league was slowly destroying its shape.
COVID pia kidogo imefanya pia kiwanja slow down ile rate ya kuwa spoiled, because unapata wale watu walikuwa hapo, the field was like inakuwa overused eh. Mtu wengi kiwanja inafanya inacheza labda game moja mbili inadela, hii sasa unapata yani hii kitoka hii timu nyingine imeingia, hii kitoka ingine imeingia, hii kitoka, so unapata rate yake ya ku depreciate inakuwa very fast.
I think with Camp Toyoyo, it is something which was good. You know, I thank the MP at that Mheshimiwa Bena for bringing that field there. But I think we could have been having so many Camp Toyoyos fields like those ones. You know, when you go to maybe Ziwani, when you go to Kibra, when you go to Dandora, all those things are things which are supposed to be there. You know, Camp Toyoyo is in the States because of it is overused.
Now, judging from the common Kenyan Swahili phrase that goes, kwa ground, vitu ni different, one can easily tell once you set foot on Camp Toyoyo grounds that the situation is devastating. Or rather, it's not the same as how we see it on our screens. Cedric Oronje, Switch.